Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be checking out one of the latest soft shell jackets from Prometheus Design Works. Are you trying to decide whether to take a hard shell or a soft shell on your next trip? Well, that's going to largely depend on what type of activity you're going to be doing, what weather you're expecting to be encountering, and the duration. Generally speaking, a hard shell will have the advantage over most soft shells when it comes to weather protection, where a soft shell will have the advantage when it comes to mobility, breathability, and abrasion resistance. Paladin is a rugged, heavyweight soft shell designed for adventurous pursuits in cool to cold weather. The Paladin traces its lineage back to some of Patrick Maugh's most iconic designs. And those of you who, like me, have been fans of Patrick's designs since the beginning will likely recognize some of the resemblances. The Paladin uses PDW's proprietary expedition cloth on the outside face fabric and uses the guide cloth as the inner liner. Both of these fabrics are four-way stretch fabrics and is what provides that flexibility and maximum range of motion to this garment's property. Let's go over some of the key design features of the Paladin, starting with the three-panel hood. The three-panel hood is one of those legacy designs that Patrick has been known for and has proven very successful in other previous iterations. At the front of the hood, you'll find a small brim, and this is designed to help keep rain and snow off the wearer's face. This also provides some shielding from the sun, which eliminates the need to wear a ball cap. At the inside part of the hood are two shock cord adjustment cords with barrel locks to adjust the opening of the hood. At the rear of the hood is going to be another shock cord adjustment with the same barrel lock system, and that is designed to adjust the forward orientation of the hood. A lot of people have been commenting that they find the hood to be a bit large, and the reason for that is this hood is specifically designed to accommodate a wide variety of helmets, including some of the wider combat style helmets, such as products from OpsCore or the Team Wendy SAR X-Fill, which when loaded up with flashlights and different accessories on the rails could tend to be quite wide. And the Team Wendy SAR X-Fill also has a bit of a taller peak than most climbing helmets. So when adjusted correctly, the hood shouldn't block your peripheral vision and moves nicely with your head. With the hood in the down position, it lays flat against the wearer's back, and with the front zipped up all the way, it forms sort of that high back collar, which helps to keep any weather and rain and snow off the wearer's neck. At the front of the hood, there's also a chin guard at the front to prevent that zipper from rubbing. At the front of the jacket, you'll find a color-matched two-way zipper. This two-way zipper allows the wearer to be able to zip up the lower part and gain access to any belt-worn gear, such as an OWB holster, any of your pouches that you might have on your belt, on your duty belt, or to be able to access your belay loop without having to push your jacket up or remove your jacket altogether. Next up, we have these two side entry mid-rise hand warmer pockets. These hand warmer pockets are lined with mesh, which supports heat transference and breathability between the inner liner and the outer face fabric. The mesh also provides a lightweight solution to help to mitigate the added weight that additional pockets add to a garment's design. Inside each of these pockets, you'll find a vertical tool pocket, which is perfect for keeping things like a pen or a flashlight or other vertical items like that. On the inside of the pocket will also be a orange gear keeper with a ring, and this allows you to attach lanyards or anything such as your keys, or basically anything that you wouldn't want falling out while you're using the hand warmer pockets. Unlike the majority of PDW items, the Paladin is completely monochromatic with the exception of this orange gear keeper. Moving up to the side, you will find a deltoid pocket on both arms. This deltoid pocket is gusseted at the rear, and what this design allows it to do is to be able to expand out more so than without that gusset. So this will allow you to carry some thicker items. Maybe you have an old school wallet that's a little bit thicker, but ideally I keep my passport and other flat items in there. When not in use, the gusset allows the pocket to lie flat against your arms. You'll notice also on the outside of that pocket is a morale patch panel. This Velcro panel allows you to attach anything from IFF markers, lights, or morale patches, or that sort of thing. Moving down to the arm, you'll find bias cut cuffs with a Hyphalon adjustment tab at the top. I've seen some comments about similar designs with other garments that people were finding that when they were removing their jackets with the cuff tab cinched down, it made it really difficult to be able to remove that jacket. But because of the four-way stretch fabric that is used in the design of the Paladin, it's not going to be that much of an issue. The Paladin is also double reinforced, such as in the elbows and the shoulder areas, other key areas that would typically experience a lot more wear than the other areas. For the lower rear part of the jacket, you'll find a dual entry hunter's pocket, which is ideal for keeping things like your hat or your gloves or other bulkier items. Like the hand warmer pockets, this rear hunter's pocket is also lined with mesh.
On the left side of the inside of the jacket is also a small pocket, which you can use to keep small flat items such as a field notes notebook and a pen or a flashlight or a knife or anything like that.
The hem of the Paladin comes down just below your belt line and has a slightly drop back hem at the rear. This drop back hem allows any water that might be coming off the back of your jacket to not land on the wearer's butt. I'll also mention that the Paladin is made in the USA. The Paladin is designed to be worn over layers, and while it isn't baggy by any means, I would definitely say that it's a little bit roomier than some of the other garments that is offered by Prometheus Design Works. For those of you that are familiar with Arc'teryx, I would compare it to the way that their leaf line is cut compared to their civilian counterparts. Because the Paladin is designed with the professional user in mind, it's cut in a similar way that will allow you to be able to wear the Paladin over things such as a plate carrier or other layers. So what you'll see me wearing here is a size medium Paladin. I wear a size medium on pretty much any garment. For reference, I'm 5'7" and 185 pounds, and I'm currently wearing a medium-sized Paladin over the top of a Stratus hoodie and just a merino wool undershirt. In the interest of complete transparency, I'm going to mention that the majority, if not all, of the products that we review on our channel are provided to us by their respective manufacturers. However, before we reach out to a manufacturer, we do a lot of research on each of these products, and only then, when we think that this product will likely meet our needs or fill a gap in our gear selection, will we reach out to that company. We've already vetted these products before we even reach out to them. But we are also quite honest with the manufacturers to say that if there's something we don't like, we are going to say it. We're going to be honest about it and try to provide as much as possible an unbiased opinion. But because of the amount of time it takes to test and evaluate this gear, to film these reviews, and to really provide insights that we feel would be useful to our viewers, this all takes a lot of time and effort. So if there's a product that we don't really like, and maybe a company reaches out to us to say that they want to send us a product, if we don't really think we're going to like that product, we're not going to bother with it. So the chances of us reviewing a product that we are not going to be providing a positive feedback about generally is going to be pretty rare. Prometheus Design Works was generous enough to provide us with this Paladin hoodie to check out and evaluate. I've had the Paladin for just over 2 months now, and while it's been a fairly mild winter so far, I've been able to expose the Paladin in a variety of wet weather type conditions. One of these scenarios was a recent 5-hour hike that I did. It was start and stop rain conditions pretty much the whole time. It seemed like the outer face fabric had pretty much soaked through, particularly at the wrist areas and the areas where on my shoulders where my shoulder straps of my pack would be connecting, and on the back area, and a little bit on the chest area. When I got back to the truck and removed my jacket to inspect the inside, I was quite surprised that it was really very dry on the inside. We're out here in the Pacific Northwest, and yesterday we just had our first snow day, so I've had a chance to test it out between last night and today in this cold weather, and it is quite cold. I am wearing a Stratus down hoodie underneath this, and if I was moving and active, I think this would be the perfect setup. However, just standing here static trying to talk, my mouth is my lips are frozen, and my fingers are cold, and my arms are a bit cold, but my core area is pretty comfortable, I'd say. As far as durability goes, while I haven't really put this particular garment through a lot of activities that would test its abrasion resistance, it uses the same fabric that is used in one of my favorite pants, and pretty much the only pants that I wear now, which is my Raider field pant, also from Prometheus Design Works. And this thing has been through abuse. I've spilled battery acid on it. I've taken a few falls on my bike, and on several hikes where I've really rubbed up against rocks and things like that. And through 2 years of using these pants, I've only had one very, very tiny pencil point hole on it, and it didn't even go all the way through. So if that's any testament to the ruggedness of this fabric, I would have no problem using this in other similar type scenarios, such as things like maybe you're doing a rock climbing day and you're on the rock wall. This would be a great garment for that sort of activity. Where I think the Paladin really excels is those aerobic activities that finds you in situations where you're really moving quite a bit and you're using a lot of arm extensions and really want that range of motion. So even though it looks very tight because I have layers, because of the stretchability of this fabric, it's not restricting my movement at all. So I really, really appreciate that in this particular design, and it's extremely comfortable. What I would say is the one downside about the Paladin is that because it is a heavyweight soft shell, and it uses the guide cloth and the expedition cloth together, this really adds quite a bit of weight compared to other soft shell garments out there. But again, where I think that the Paladin really excels is in those times when you really might be encountering a lot of rough terrain or opportunities for your jacket to get snagged up or rub up against things, and you don't want to have to worry. So that's about all I have for you. It's really quite cold, so I'd like to get moving, but I hope you found the information useful and informative. If there's anything that we missed or anything that you want to know specific to the Paladin that we didn't cover in this video, please go ahead and put it in the comment section below and we'll try to get you an answer. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and hit that alert button so you can be notified anytime we upload a new video. I know it's a small ask, but it would really help our channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys outside.